Greetings, my fellow Black Americans. This video is long overdue. These words are long overdue to certain people's ears, and it's time that we start waking people up. Period. I decided to get out of my head and put my ideas on the table. Hopefully, this will be the beginning of a very successful movement. So, for a while now, I've been having thoughts about making some serious changes across the U.S. when it comes to Black people. At first I was like, I want to do it, I'm motivated, I'm ambitious, but at the same time, I know how Black people are. I know that smart people, intelligent people, people who actually think that we actually have power and we actually can really change things within our communities sound crazy to certain types of people. But I can no longer sit back and worry about those type of people. What inspired me to really do this video are a few things, but the one thing that really pushed me and said, you know what, we might be onto something, is the fact that I've watched a lot of videos from Black people on YouTube, and they all seem to be mainly positive and people who really want to make changes, who really want to do things, and most often a lot of times feel like they are by themselves. Well, guess what? We're going to make it so that is not a factor anymore, because I've noticed we have people all across the U.S. who have these voices, these powerful voices that want to be heard, that need to be heard, and who actually want to put some of their ideas into action and see some changes made. So I decided to say, how about we all do this together? I know we don't have major media, mainstream media outlets when it comes to Black people and our issues and everything, but how about we start at YouTube? How about we all make that a meeting place, make that our media, and get our voices heard through social media? I think we would be pretty successful. So, a few months ago, I came up with this Facebook page that I made. And the page is called 50 States of Black. I've been working on it. I didn't put no content on it. I didn't put no pictures or anything on it, but I wanted to make it. And I wanted to do a kind of statement to say what it was going to be about. And I wanted me to not only be the one to create this thing. So I said, I'm going to make it, and when we all get together, as we will do, I have a lot of faith in this project, that we will all put the pieces to the puzzle together, all on one accord. No chiefs. All Indians. We are all working and playing on the same playing field, on the same level. It has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It's about Black people coming together and making a difference for us, our children, and and you get where I'm going with that. So basically, this is the vision / mission. So 50 States of Black is an association that is funded for the people by the people. Our mission is to attain power and wealth across America among the black community and set a foundation for generations to come. How are we going to do that? I'm glad you asked. We are going to do that the same way we fund everyone else's communities, by controlling and investing our dollars in ourselves, our families, and our communities. Let me give you some did you know facts. Did you know black spending power, this is black spending power, is predicted to hit $1.1 trillion by the year 2015. However, should we be proud of just making up 13% of the population, yet spending at a rate of growth that outpaces the remaining population by 30%, especially when almost none of this money is being retained for the long term and at a rate sufficient to pass down wealth to subsequent generations? I don't think we should be proud about that. Just like Dr. Claude Anderson says, there is no power in being a consumer, and that's what we are. We are consumers. We make $1 to every $2 that a white family makes, and in terms of assets, white families have 6 times the wealth, and yet we have all this spending power with no wealth and no power in society. It is fair to note, though, the role of institutions like slavery in this gap, considering black workers were prevented from earning money for their labor and to build wealth to pass down. But what are we going to do about this now? In this country, money, power, then respect. Well, just look around, black men and women. We do have the money and spending power, yet we still see no respect and continue to give our money to people who do not support us or our communities. Ask yourself these following questions, and please be honest with yourself, to yourself. In your black community, do you have Asian stores on almost every corner? You know, restaurants, hair stores, beer distributors, sneaker stores. Do you have beer distributors on every corner? No matter who they're owned by. Do you have quote unquote poppy stores on every other corner? Chicken spots owned by Arabs. Vietnamese nail salons, 2 on each street. Then I want you to be honest and ask yourself these questions. How do these people really treat you and your family? Do they follow you around in stores, rush you to buy things? Do they greet you? Do they allow you to bring your little children in the stores? Do they watch you? Do they sell illegal substances out of their stores? Is your food made with fresh ingredients down to the oil they use? Do they maintain a clean and healthy environment with stocked shelves? Do they speak in other languages when you're trying to make your purchases and think it is okay, leaving you wondering if they were talking about you? Do they make negative signs and post them on the wall or glass that makes you feel as if they assume majority of the people who come into these stores need to be told this message? What do they do for your community? What do they put into your community? What do they do when it comes to black businesses? Do they, buy any advertisements on their radio stations? Anything like that? Do they support black businesses? Do they even hire black people besides being a runner for things? Because, I know in my black community, most of the time when you see black people are hired, they will get your belongings, but they're not allowed to touch the cash register. They're there to appeal to you to sell you the stuff, but they don't really do any jobs that really actually make them real money. And that's if, because you know, these people employ their own people. Do they? I mean, think about that in your community. Moving right along. These are thought-provoking questions to make you think about to whom you spend your money with. You do not mingle with these people on a day-to-day basis. They do not know you outside of you giving them their money that you give them. And I say their money because this is what we do. We give them anyway. You do not mingle with these people on a day-to-day basis, and they don't know you outside of you handing them cash. But people you do mingle with, like other black people, you don't trust. This is a mentality that we have to come out from if we want to exist in America. If we want to thrive in America. Period. We let Asians come in our community, sit behind thick bulletproof glass, cook our food in grease that you never see them change, barely have any contact with us, even at times disrespect us, profile us, follow us around the store to keep a close eye no matter how much money we have spent with them, and we freely give them our money because we are satisfied with just getting our materials. Ask yourself, why do Asians risk their lives, considering the bulletproof glass, to run stores in our neighborhoods? They need us. In other communities, these stores that I have previously named do not exist, or they do not exist in the quantity as they do in our neighborhoods, because in their eyes, we need them. And that is because we are consumers. Ask yourself this: if black people can fry chicken, then why should an Arab be in our community making millions off of us? Why can't someone's grandmother, mother, daughter, father, son, etc. own a chicken spot in his or her neighborhood and have wealth to pass down for generations to come? With all the talented, crafty, intelligent, handy, ambitious, educated people in our community, yes, they are there. Why are we not creating jobs and businesses for us in our own neighborhoods and creating jobs for ourselves? Because obviously politicians are not going to do it. I got another did you know. Did you know that Spike Lee's movies are often funded by people like you and me? I didn't know that either till recently. Yes, we the people fund his movies, and he is currently looking for people to pledge money for a new film that he will only make if he can get $1,250,000 from the public. You don't think it's achievable? Guess what? Movies like She Gotta Have It and Malcolm X, to name a few, or a couple, was funded by the people. Yes, us. Just imagine if we really sat down and realized how important it is for us to invest in our projects, businesses, stores, etc. We would be exactly where we need to be, where we know we could be as Black Americans. It's just too bad that we are content with being able to spend our money with other people, non-blacks, just so we can be accepted socially. You think you're successful because you can buy red bottoms? Red bottoms weren't even made for you. Most of the things that we buy on a day-to-day basis were not made for us, yet we work very, very hard, get our money, and want to spend it on it just so we can say, I got that. Yet, when we have children, we have nothing to pass down to them in our community, in their communities. Think about that. I got some solutions. First, we have to educate ourselves on what is going on around us. Those who are awake and conscious, wake up as many people as you can. Ask them questions, as I have asked here. Sometimes getting people to get out of their heads and listen to themselves helps. Share this video if you need to. Actually, I encourage you to, because this is the start. This is just the idea. We have to put it in action. I would also say we have to have a worldwide conversation amongst ourselves about how to tackle the problems in the Black community head on. We have left our fate in the hands of our so-called leaders too long. It is time we be our own leaders and take our communities back. We are powerful people. We have to be aggressive. No more bumping our gums. We have to start taking action. So once you pledge to be a part of this movement, you are now obligated to start making changes. Even if you start with yourself and your dollar. Many people are going natural, not eating out at certain places, just all around making conscious choices. What are you prepared to do? Form meetings and groups. There are many law-abiding citizens who feel the same way that a lot of us do, but they too feel alone and feel like they are just one voice that will not go far, so make noise. Let people know that they have backup and we are ready to move out and share ideas. We have to build a website. The name I've chosen was 50 States of Black. And I think that fits what we're trying to do here. And I say we because I'm not in this alone. I'm not, I want this to be a project that is together. I want everyone to be involved. Everyone to be involved, because this is our lives, your life, my life, our children's lives. Our children's need to be involved. We have to, and I have way more ideas, of course, but this is a project that all of us are going to be completing. Once we get these basic steps together, then we can come together and start talking plans. How we're going to get these drugs out of our communities. And I'm not talking about weed or whatever. Like, I'm talking about real drugs that are really killing our people, making them sick, and causing a lot of this crime. So also the crime, jobs, funding, home owning, businesses, etc. We need to start talking about things like that. Again, this is not even half of what we need to do and what we want to accomplish, but this is a start. And I will be looking forward to feedback and pieces to put this puzzle together. We need to start boycotting these stores in our neighborhood. We need to stop spending our money there. That is a huge start. That is a huge start. We have so much spending power. And if we take that, really, I don't think like I said, there's no power in spending, but it is if we take it back. If we keep giving it up, then we lose all of our power. But if we start taking it back, we gain so much more power and so much more control, and our communities will be our communities. You'll be able to go in the store and buy from familiar faces, people who actually do things for our community. These people get in these stores, take all your money, go home, go wherever. They don't even live in your community. Go outside of your community and do things for them, their people, and keep it all in the family. But we have so much self-hate running rampant in our communities that we don't even trust each other. We can't even buy from our own people. And I too was guilty of this, so I'm not judging anybody. But it's all about waking people up. Because had I known what was going on, had I understood that it was what I was doing was much deeper than just denying to spend my dollar at a certain place, I would not have been doing it. So it's all about waking people up. With this all being said, and much more to come, I have taken the first step by being bold enough to give you a piece of my mind and sharing my idea, but this does not start and stop with me. Like I said, the idea of this organization is to get a few people in every black community across America to wake up, realize what's going on, what needs to be done, start walking the walk, spread the word, get others involved, bring new, fresh ideas to the table, and start building. We are all we have. And when I mean start building, I mean start moving. We cannot keep having conversations and just leaving it at that. We need to have rallies about stuff like this. Not just when people get killed, not just when crime is going on, not just, no. We need to have rallies about boycotting some of this music that's really having a big, huge impression on our youth. We can't stand for a lot of stuff no more. We can't do it. And we have to move now and aggressively. Because things have drastically changed even in the past 5-10 years. And they're not getting better. They're only getting worse. If you care about your family, if you care about yourself, if you care about your people, it's time we wake up. And a lot of people are waking up and becoming conscious about certain decisions. And I do applaud that. But we need to continue it. We need to work together more. We need to not be ashamed or afraid to speak up and out. And we need to start waking people all the way up. Deal? Okay. PSA. This movement does not have anything whatsoever to do with religious beliefs, sexual orientation, and or political views. So please leave all of these things that further divide us out of the equation. We cannot be or get distracted by these things. Thank you. Please share this video. Please leave your comments. Please leave your ideas. Please private message me. I am not here to debate with people. I don't want to hear people talking about, but this we can't do. I don't want to hear that. So if you feel as though, it can't be done, then you're not what we need on this team. We need people who know it can be done, who know how to get it done, from all walks of life. And we need to start moving. Period. Thank you for sticking in there for this video, and I'm sure I will have more to come. Good day.